in the community on critical issues in our community. They never ask Black Seventh-day Adventist churches because we're so disconnected, out of touch. They look to those who have something to say. So when I say I'm done, I'm done. I'm done. I'm angry. I'm in pain. I'm frustrated. I'm enraged. I'm woke. I'm feeling helpless, mostly hopeless. In other words, I'm done. I'm done just having the same old conversations with the same old conclusions and allowing us to go back in our suburbia homes with our upper middle class lifestyles and not doing anything about it. I am absolutely done. I'm done with us as a denomination, and I'm done with me as an Adventist pastor, because I represent the disconnect that all of us were trained to be disconnected, trained to care more about conserving the pillars of Adventism as opposed to lifting the pillars in our communities. I am absolutely done. I'm done because nothing has changed when police can continue to kill Black people. I'm done because George Floyd died at the hands and knee of police brutality over an alleged counterfeit $20 bill. I'm done because Ahmaud Arbery died for jogging while Black. I'm done because Breonna Taylor died for sleeping while Black. I'm done because a white woman, Amy Cooper, can still falsely accuse a Black man of threats, and you see how fast the police show up for her. I'm done because of America is a place of racism and brutality against Black people in America and continues to happen all over again. I'm done because there are countless numbers of Black and brown people who suffer and die at the hands of police before smartphones or recordings came into existence, whose stories we will never know over and over again. I'm done because white protesters can carry AK-47s into a state capitol in Michigan without consequences or repercussion, but a Black CNN reporter gets handcuffed and arrested on television for doing his job. I am absolutely done. I'm done because blaming those who respond to injustice with the only weapon they have is violence, and they are shamed and blamed and called criminals. Don't you know that when the voice of the oppressed go unheard, the only language they have to speak with is violence? It is the only language that America will listen to. Malcolm X says usually when people are sad, they don't get anything. They just cry over their conditions. But when they get angry, then change is about to happen. I'm done because in 2014, Eric Gardner's tragic death echoed the plea, "I can't breathe," from the hands of racist police who are allowed to wear the badge, continue to brutalize our people, and they are protected, defended, and legitimized in American culture. I am absolutely done. I'm done when George Floyd resurrects the countless pleas of "I can't breathe" over the centuries from the hands of slave masters, racist lynch mobs, bigot police officer. It never ends. It's antebellum, it's Jim Crow, it's Southern conservative Christians, it's the KKK all over again. The hanging noose has changed, but the outcome is still the same. Modern day lynches replay Billie Holiday's song, "Southern trees bear a strange fruit, blood on the leaves and blood at the roots, Black bodies swinging in the southern breeze, strange fruit hanging from the poplar trees." I'm done. The piercing sound of another Black man's cry is so uncommonly, painfully familiar. I can't breathe. It's the disturbing plead of another child of God begging for the breath given to him by God, but taken away by a system of racism and police brutality against people of color. I can't breathe, pleaded George Floyd. I can't breathe. So when I say I'm sick of it and I don't want to do this, I'm not pleased to be here, but right now, I don't care. I want to say, frankly, I don't give, but I don't care, is all I will say. I will say this, that when I look at the Seventh-day Adventist Church, I will honestly say this, that yes, that I know somebody's going to speak to it, that what we are to now as a people is not in our origin. You see, during slavery and during emancipation and during even the issue of Reconstruction, we have more Black, more Adventist voices in our founding fathers than we have since then. You see, when Jim Crow came into existence, the Adventist Church grew silent. In civil rights, the general overall denomination was completely silent. So I'm grateful today. I'm grateful today that at least in the organization of the Seventh-day Adventist Church, at least the North American division, and that our leadership from Dan Jackson, at least the North American division, has the courage to step out of protecting whiteism and Adventism and have the courage to make a statement that speaks to us. I'm grateful that they say that we asked you in the statement that they posted yesterday on the North American Division website. I'm glad they said, we asked you to speak out against injustice and hatred. This is Adventist now. Just as Jesus did when he was on this earth. I'm glad that Dan Jackson said that our action speaks louder than our words. I'm glad that they said that as the most ethnically diverse Christian faith in the United States, our voices represents nearly every community in this country. They must be heard as we serve to heal our broken communities with love and compassion of Jesus. I thank God for the courage now of the North American division to at least speak out against injustice. And we joined them today, but I must confess, and I must confess today, but there are others, leaders in our church, that have not spoken out. They have not come out with a collective voice. They have not pulled us together to speak. I'm talking about an organization that I'm a part of, the regional leadership out of the 9 conferences and those 2 areas in California where we have Black coordinators. I'm disappointed in you. I'm disappointed that there has not been a united message that coming from our communities, from all of our churches. I'm disappointed, first of all, that from the COVID response, where we know that the disease impacts people of color disproportionately more than any others, that we as Black Seventh-day Adventists and the Black Seventh-day Adventist leadership is supposed to have this holistic message of healing for everyone. Where is your voice that comes together, that speaks to the critical issues of how we can come together? Where is the health czars? Where are our collective health professionals in our own churches that can come together and tell us what we can do to combat this pandemic that disproportionately attacks our people more than anything else? Why are you so silent? It's time for you to speak. I'm also disturbed that the silence continues with police brutality. We know that what our forefathers did. We know that the founding fathers of the Seventh-day Adventist Church, they would have spoken out against this. But now, with our own Black leadership, maybe you that's glad to be in position, you that's glad to be at the table, but somebody got to stand up and pull us together, pull all of our churches together, come with a national statement, a national plan that says, as Seventh-day Adventists, we are not going to take it anymore, that we also are going to respond to injustice, because injustice here impacts all of us globally. We are all impacted by it. Why is it that as a Seventh-day Adventist pastor, when I'm looking for an impact in the Black community, I got to look to AME, I got to look to the Baptists, I got to look to Cogent. I should be able to look to my own leadership and get some kind of collective response, some kind of direction for us. Oh, may God help us. I'm done. I'm done. Our message to our own community. I'm done to our inner city community. It's a perfect storm brewing. It's a perfect storm when you consider COVID-19 and being quarantined, the high rate of unemployment, the lack of community centers and summer sporting programs, the lack of an inner city infrastructure of resources, no healthcare programs, no summer jobs, no digital resources for summer schools for our kids. The only thing open in our neighborhoods are liquor stores and drug dealers. The environment is a time bomb ready to explode. So that's why I call, where is the Black Caucus? Where are those when most of our churches are in inner cities right now? Where are you? Get up, speak up, call us together, demand a response that speak to us so that we can join the action moving forward. And now I want to speak to my own Emmanuel-Brinklow Church and the Allegheny East Conference. I praise God for Brinklow. I praise God for all that you do, all that you want to do, and all that you will continue to do. But I must confess to you that we need empowerment actions right now. We need to do more than talk, because if all we're going to do is talk, I'm done. I can go someplace else and find action. But if all we're going to do is talk, I'm done. Let me give you some things that I think the Church Brinklow and Allegheny East, there are some things that we must do. We must participate in community organizations and functions. This country, and you have the ability to register, to vote, and you have never done it, shame on you. Absolutely shame on you. We must vote. We must complete our census. Even now, we must serve the community. Many of us are doing that. And on individual levels, I know many of you are doing profound things, but we must do more for our communities. We must put our footprint in our community. We must stop being silent and politically correct and speak out. When you hear folks saying stuff that's wrong, don't cower away. Call them out on the spot. If you say it openly, you need an open response of your ignorance. Speak out. We need to correct ignorance and racism all the time. Correct ignorance and racism all the time. What we need to do is network with other faith-based organizations and stop operating in silos. We can learn so much. We can do more if we will come out of the comfort zone of being Adventists and realize that we're all Americans. We all got common issues. We're all impacted the same way. You see, if it were your child, if it was your son, if it was your husband, if it was your daughter, if it was your wife that was brutally murdered, then you want the whole community to help you. Well, it's time for us to step out of our silos and help somebody else. Something else I want us to do, get healthy. Stop leading the national statistics in preventable diseases. Get healthy, folk. You know better. Get off the couch. Put down the potato chips. Exercise. Go see a mental health professional. Go to your doctor. Let's get holistic. Let's get healthy. That's what we can do. Demand more of yourselves, others, and leadership. Don't let any of us off the hook, because I'm not going to let you off the hook. Demand more of yourselves, others, and leadership. Allegheny East, put pastors and urban churches who want to make a difference, then give them the resources to do it. Put folk there, not because it's a church size, but because they want to make a difference. Then pour all the resources into them so they can get it done. Most of them are 40 and under. Empower them, because us old folk are so disconnected. You see, when I went to school at Oakwood and Andrews, we didn't have a social gospel. We weren't taught how to be connected to community. We weren't taught how to make a difference outside of the comfort zone of our own places. We had to learn that on our own. We had to go to other denominations to learn how to be relevant. Put young pastors who want to make a difference in urban churches, then give them the resources to make a difference. And then stop having committee meetings that don't produce any outcomes. You know, and I'm talking to myself, if we can't get things done in 30 to 90 days, we probably got the wrong people at the table. We got the wrong people at the table. And so I'm done. I mean, I'm done. I'm done talking. I'm done doing the same old things that we've always been doing. And I pray to God that right now, today, we draw a line in the sand and say we're no longer going to be as disconnected as protected, as insulated as we have been. Let this be the new day for our church moving forward. May God bless you. May God keep you.